three. Welcome back to a special edition of Rose City Gumbo. Today we got some special things going on. You're gonna laugh. You're gonna enjoy some great music. So please stay tuned. It's gonna be an amazing show. I'm Charles Bishop, your host, and with me is Mr. Jim Dorman. Jim, how you doing?
I'm good, Charles. How are you?
Good, good, good. I know what a guitar is, and I see you got one here, but what is this instrument in your hand?
This is a harp guitar.
A harp guitar. A harp guitar, okay. And how long have you been playing the harp guitar?
About 3 or 4 years.
Awesome, awesome. Do you play different types of music on different instruments with your in your genre?
Yes. Different instruments want different treatments of different songs. Sometimes it's difficult when you write a piece and you're on a particular instrument. You say, "Yeah, I like that sound. This is going to be a song," and then I pick up a different guitar, and it becomes a completely different piece of music. And so then the decision is, well, which instrument do you perform on?
Right.
Or do you, sometimes if I write something on the harp guitar, for example, and it's very hard to gig with because it's hard to take on TriMet, so I gig with a 6-string guitar, and I have to sort of downgrade or, simplify the music to play 6 strings instead of 12.
I know you released some albums, and we're going to go into that later. I know you got a little discography going and a catalog, and I want people to know where they can find your music and talk about your music. But for now, I want you to get in. You're here to do what you do, which is play music. Go ahead, man. Take it away.
Alrighty. Thank you.
That was amazing.
Thank you very much.
Well, here's a question for you. First, what was the name of that song?
The name of that song is called 5 Minutes From Now.
Okay. And where did the concept come from?
Actually, from conversations that you have, people talk about, as we get older, we say, what's the best time in life? Most people say, when you're a kid, it's the best time. Or, You know,
Right.
when you're a young adult,
Oh,
you
man,
can
great
drink.
time.
It's the best time, and you know, people always argue about that. What's
Right.
best? What's best? And it occurred to me. I thought, well, really, what would you say? And so the idea is, you know, what's the greatest time in life? 5 minutes from right now. Hang around. It's going to be awesome.
I love it.
So that's where the
I
song
love it.
came from.
What a real different way to look at it, but it's a very interesting way to look at it. You know, we only have that moment sometimes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you never know. So it's always about looking forward instead of looking backward.
Before you go into your next song,
Mm-hmm.
you compose. Are you a cover guy? Do you cover, or do you also write your own original material?
This was original material, so the answer is yes to both of those things.
Yes. Well, okay. All right. And it can vary from instrument to instrument.
A little bit. It's kind of if I hear a song that I really like, and I say, you know, I could do something with that. I could do the Jim version of whatever the song is, and so I will learn it and play it. You know, kind of a stylized
Right.
version of it.
Excellent. Well, why don't you get back into the next piece, man? What's the song called?
This song is called Sky Rabbit.
Sky
This is
Rabbit.
the first song I wrote on the harp guitar.
On the harp guitar.
And
How long ago was that?
oh, well, let's see. The song originated on the 6th string, but this would have been about 4 years ago, right after I got the harp guitar. I said, I need to kind of, you know, migrate this song from the 6th string to the harp guitar.
Okay.
And it shows off one of the magical things about this instrument, which is you can take a chord, so just your,
Right.
this is a regular 6-string chord,
Mm-hmm.
but these strings, because they're bass strings, you change the composition of the chord. And so this becomes, and it has this real different feel to it.
Right.
And that's, among other things, that's one of the awesome things about playing the harp guitar.
Awesome, man. Do what you think, man. Sky Rabbit.
Thank you.
Man, that was hot.
Thank you.
Sky Rabbit.
Sky Rabbit.
I would ask, but I don't know. Should I ask what?
You can ask
Okay,
about
okay,
that.
okay. Where would that name come
You can
from?
totally ask about that. One thing that I have very little talent for is naming things.
Okay.
And so the rabbit part is a reference to my wife, because I was thinking about her when I wrote this song. And so I'm sitting outside. I like to play outside, and I'm working on the song. I'm like, what is the name of this song going to be? I have no idea. And so I'm kind of leaning back, and I look up at the sky, and I go, Sky Rabbit. Sky Rabbit. And it's just stuck. I haven't come up with anything better.
Okay.
So that's the name of the song.
And is this song currently on the album?
It is on my EP, Walking Softly.
Walking Softly, yeah. Which I listened to on the JimDorman.com website. It's a great album, man.
Thank you.
Yes. So, okay, let's do quick. I want to go to your catalog real quick. I seen 3 albums, or maybe I just seen 3 smaller EPs, but do you have 3 full albums in your catalog?
Oh, I wish I could say that. Actually, I have 1 EP in my catalog at this time. I'm working on a second release, which will be a full-length album.
Okay.
And that, actually, my wife, who is apparently better at naming things than I am, she coined the name of the upcoming album, which is going to be called Nature Walk.
Nature Walk. Okay. So
And it will-
Walking Softly, Nature Walk. There's a
That whole
theme there.
Yes, that whole acoustic pedestrian thing
Yeah.
winds up in at least album titles.
Okay.
I don't have to walk on tour. That would be too far to walk. But
and though your last name is spelled with 1 O,
Correct.
The website is with 2 O, so JimDorman.com.
both work.
2 O. Okay. They
Both work.
They'll bring you to the same landing page.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. One quick question about just on the bio side. How long have you been playing guitar? Period.
About 15 years.
Was that your first musical instrument?
No.
Okay.
When I was about 10, I wanted to play the tenor saxophone.
Really?
Henry Mancini and the Pink Panther theme is like, I've got to play that. I've
Right.
got to play tenor saxophone.
Right.
And so when you're 10 years old and you want to play a band instrument, you wind up in band.
Yes.
And so it didn't work, long story short. I didn't have the patience to learn an instrument at that time. And it turns out that a horn probably wasn't the right instrument for me, but I did not know that.
Right.
And so I spent the next 20-some years thinking, well, you don't have what it takes to be a musician. It's just not something you're going to be able to do.
Right. The journey.
And yeah, and so I got it when I was in college. I learned to juggle, so I juggled a lot, and I did some performing. And then as I've been in the process of losing my eyesight, juggling is hard, and there's no way that I could, maintain any sort of professional level of skill, no matter how much I practice.
Right.
And I got to the point I thought, well, I have nothing to lose. I'll try music.
Yeah.
And I had purchased a conga drum that I played a little bit.
Right.
And it was hard to haul around. I didn't take it places. And so I traded it to somebody for an acoustic guitar. And that was, and I noodled on the guitar for a number of years, and it sat in the closet and, didn't really do anything.
Right.
And then I got to the point about, 15 years ago. And I said, well, I need to try to take this a little more seriously and see what happens. And here we are.
Okay, so now when you took it more seriously, I'm a big fan of B.B. King. Did you name your instruments by any chance?
I'd like to. Remember, I said I'm terrible at naming things.
Right.
Now, to be
Your
fair,
wife, did she name them?
no, she doesn't. I've had a friend suggested naming this instrument Gideon. I'm thinking about that.
Okay.
I need to write. She actually suggested the name of a song, Gideon's Waltz.
Okay.
And I like the name, and I'm thinking, okay, I could do a waltz, and it could be on the harp guitar, but I haven't written it yet.
Yeah.
So I'm hesitant to name the instrument. This instrument actually does have a name, since you asked. And,
Yes, I
and
did.
its name is Miguel.
Miguel. Okay, that's cool.
So it's
That's
not as interesting a story as the naming of Lucille.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
it's
Were you a fan of the late great B.B. King?
oh yes, absolutely.
Yeah. What other influences has inspired you? All levels of music, and specifically your guitar playing.
Music in general, life in general, I have to point first and foremost to Ray Charles.
Yeah.
I love Ray's
Genius,
music,
man.
and
Genius.
the more I listen, the farther you get into the music, it's just like, wow, he could. I don't know how he did it. It's magic, and he was a pioneer as a musician, as a businessman, being blind and being out there and paving the way for other folks like Stevie Wonder, for example. So Ray's been a big inspiration for me. Musically, people who are expressive. Carlos Santana, very expressive player. David Gilmour, very expressive player. B, of course. Stevie Ray Vaughan. For acoustic players, Leo Kottke is a big fan of him. He must have 12 fingers on his right hand. I don't know how he picks that 12-string guitar like that. And then a couple of harp guitar players, Michael Hedges, the late great Michael Hedges, who introduced me to the harp guitar on TV. It was a PBS thing, and I did what everybody does. I was sitting watching TV, and he gets the harp guitar out, and my jaw drops open. What is that? What does it sound like? How do you play it? What do you do? And I was a kid. I thought, well, I'll never play anything like that.
So you were actually exposed to harp guitar
before I
15 years ago.
Yeah, I had not been in the same room with a harp guitar until this one arrived at my house. And so I've been playing it ever since. But,
awesome.
And so yeah, the freedom, particularly in the harp guitar, because you do get weird sounds and odd things, and so it gives you a lot of musical freedom, both as a listener. So you hear a lot of different textures and a lot of approaches, and then as a musician too, it's like, and the secret to playing harp guitar is to keep an open mind.
Okay.
Because these bass strings, you could easily hit the wrong one, and you, instead of stopping or going, I did it wrong, you're like, where am I going? What happens if I, continue down this road? So.
Well, you have one more song on you? No, I'm just talking. I know you have plenty.
I think I probably do, yeah.
All right. I'd love to hear it. What's the song called?
This is called Harpalicious. That is a nod to George Clinton and the P-Funk.
Okay.
And we got this in the studio. We were kind of between, more formal songs, and I said, just roll tape and let's see what happens.
All right.
And so it's still an improv song.
Let's roll with it, man.
So no guarantees. And it does feature the bass strings.
that's a song not yet on an album.
It is on a slightly different version is on the Walking Softly EP.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
It's called I think it is it's Harpalicious or Harpalicious Improv #1. I forget now. But
Yeah. That's awesome. I want to hear from Miguel.
okay,
Can we do that?
we can absolutely do that.
All right, I'll take that one from you.
You can take this one from me.
The harp.
Just go ahead and
Gently.
just rock out, Charles. Go ahead.
Not this show. Maybe when no one's watching.
When no one's watching, there you go. It's the best time to play music. So,
You flipped your brim. Was that on purpose?
no,
Okay. It's all right.
it is. No, that's a talking point. That's great.
So, Miguel, and
Miguel.
this is a 6-string?
It is a 6-string guitar.
And do you so different guitars for different crowds, different genres of music that you like to play, or
Sometimes,
can they both show up at the show sometime? I know you have to carry it around on the bus. Try man.
ideally, yes. I mean, my full-on show rig is I gotta stop and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 instruments
Good Lord.
at this point.
Okay.
Now that's the acoustic show.
Yeah.
So that's Miguel, the harp guitar, 12-string guitar, a baritone 6-string, which is slightly longer and a little deeper, and a Japanese koto.
Okay. Are those? Do they have the bigger round bass? Like not like a big banjo. Is that what I'm thinking about?
Oh no, you're thinking that's
This
that is
big.
also a Japanese instrument called the shamisen.
Okay.
The koto is basically a 6-foot-long plank with strings across it, and you play it.
Oh. Okay.
You play it. You know, you pluck with one hand and kind of bend with the other
And
hand.
it's actually facing you. It's not facing away from you. It's
It's you. I would sit at.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
it would look like this.
Yeah.
So-
Okay. Awesome. Go for it, man. Let's hear some rhythms. So real quick, I want to talk about the website. What can people find on there? What kind of information about you and your gigs and your music is on there?
Lots of information is there. So there's a blog which hopefully contains interesting tidbits of news.
Okay.
There's my upcoming show schedule.
Okay.
That includes the group classes that I teach are also on the same schedule.
You teach. So,
I teach.
Well, so what you teach both instruments or some
I
of the different
teach.
ones you offer?
I teach. I do private lessons, and that's on a number of instruments: guitar, harp guitar, if anybody ever wanted it, electric guitar, bass, etc. And I also teach group classes on a number of topics: music theory.
Nice.
I have a series on playing with others.
Okay.
If you walk into a situation and you don't know anybody and you're like me, you can't read the chalkboard with the chords on it, how do you listen? How do you find the key? And how do you make a contribution?
Okay. So kind of teaching how to jam out a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Improv and freestyle. Mm-hmm. That's really cool. Do you have students? How many students do you have at a time? Does it vary?
My group classes vary. The maximum number is usually 8 because that's as many people as I can cram in the house.
Okay.
So.
And you said you live out. You're not a Portland-based musician. You're out of Aloha.
Correct. I live in Aloha.
Okay. Are you Northwest kind of born and bred?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Grew up in Forest Grove.
Oh, okay.
And lived pretty much. Never lived outside of Oregon. Went to school in a couple different places. Spent some time in Monmouth. Spent a year in Ashland. And wound up in Forest Grove again, and then in Aloha. And hopefully someday I get to live in the San Juan Islands. That's where I would like to end
We
up.
gotta have dreams and goals, man.
That's right.
Question: where are some of the places people can find you if they're ever out on the town at night, and you want to hear some good intimate music? Where can they find you at?
That's a good question. It really, it varies. So the best answer is check the website.
Check the website.
And
you
take a look at the schedule. I always keep it updated. Nothing goes on the website faster than gigs.
Okay, right on. So they can find you.
That's right.
So you're also in St. John's a little bit. Is it kind of like consistent once a month type of?
We're just at the Garo Soleil Pizza Company up in St. John's, which is their food is just to die
Right
for.
for Lombard, right?
Yeah, right on Lombard, right across the street from Blues Brews.
Blues, yep.
And we're just deciding on which night of the month, but we are looking at a once a month thing up there as a regular thing. And during the summer, I do farmers markets.
Yeah.
So, in fact, I've got a couple left before the season is over.
It's winding up next month.
And fall is, I don't know where it is, but it'll be here before we know it.
Yeah, it'll be here. It's Portland, Oregon, man.
Yeah.
We're gonna. I want to hear some more music, but I definitely, want you to make sure you just talk about, your website and talk about how people can find your music. We can't talk about, price or anything like that, but where are some other places that people can find? Is it mainly your website, or do they go to?
Pretty much. The website, there is a music player on the website.
Right.
And so you can listen to music for free. Those are MP3s. The high quality, lossless version is available for purchase on Bandcamp.
Bandcamp, okay.
And the links on the music player that say buy, they'll take you wherever you need to be.
Okay.
So some tracks are on Bandcamp. Some tracks right now are kind of works in progress. And so they're really about donations.
So, and class information, registration, and all that stuff is on the website.
Yes, it is.
Awesome. I'm gonna let you get back to the music, Jim. And
Okay.
thank you, man. It's been a great show. I've had a good time. Your music is amazing. Keep on doing what you do. But let's hear some more music, man. I know that people want it.
Okay. Well, this is one that is very nearly finished, I like to say. I don't feel anything is ever really finished. But
Okay.
this is, we got this one recently just went in the studio and recorded it.
Oh, okay.
So this will definitely be on the next album.
We get a sneak premiere. This is
There
good.
you go.
Rose City Gumbo, it doesn't get no better. Sneak premiere. We bring it out to the people, man.
There you go.
I gotta watch the show. Get this.
So this one is called Ocean Amblin'.
Okay.
Ocean
Beautiful,
Amblin.
man.
Amblin, like ambling along.
Yeah, that's beautiful, man. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Give us one more, man, and then we're gonna talk and we're gonna take out the show with you playing a little bit.
Okay. So this is one. This is another one that may or may not make it to the new album.
Okay.
Some of them fit the theme and some of them don't.
Yeah.
But we were talking before the show, and
Yeah.
you said you liked this one, so I would
Yes.
play it for you. It's
Yes.
called Black Irish.
Oh yeah, that was good. It's also on the JimDorman.com website.
It is, yes.
That's where I heard it from. So in case y'all know, go to the website.
There you go.
Good music on there. Black Irish. Get out of here, man. That's I loved it when I heard it on the website. It was great.
Thank you.
Jim Dorman. Is Mrs. Dorman a fan?
Well, I hope so.
Yeah, she's like, I'm tired of the guitar. I'm tired of it.
She no. I will say that no one was happier the day I learned a second song on the guitar. Anybody who's ever learned an instrument understands. Your spouse is like, "Will you stop playing that song?"
Oh, right.
And so you learn another one. I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Well, look, we got it. We're about to wrap up. I love the show. I know our viewers will. We're gonna definitely enjoy hearing more of you in the future. And as you develop the music, man, we want to have you back on the show. Rose City Gumbo is very eclectic. We love music. We love to know what's happening in and around the town. And we would love to just connect with you, man, and have you come back.
That would be awesome.
I really appreciate it. Great music. We love the harp guitar. Never seen one before. It has the harp look. It has a great bass sound. I think it was really cool. You got great music you're composing.
Thank you.
Great things you're doing. Again, JimDorman.com is the website. You have the blog, newsletter thing going on.
Yep, lots of information.
All the classes are on there. And actually, we're going to go out with Jim doing your thing.
Okay.
So,
We'll do a little thing then.
thank you, brother.
Thank you
for
very
coming on the
much,
show.
Charles.
All right.